I do want to get to right now to Congresswoman Kathy Castor.
Thank you for your confidence in me. Things look very good. We've never taken anything for granted in this community and are here and committed to helping our neighbors to lower costs. I know there is an economic squeeze on right now, and I'm going to do everything in my power in the Congress to put money back into your pockets, to lower the cost of prescription drugs, to lower the cost of health care, to lower the cost of energy, to stand up to the special interests in Washington, D.C. that have entirely too much power. We have worked together for many years, and I am committed to public service. It is a tradition in my family. I love this community where I grew up, where I raised my daughters, where I got married, and I practiced law. And I just am entirely grateful at this point in the evening that things look good. And again, you never take anything for granted in this business, but I love my hometown.
What about going back to Washington with a GOP majority? How's that going to work for you?
Well, if a GOP majority in Congress is going to roll back what we've done to cut the cost of prescription drugs, to cap insulin, to cut energy costs, then they're going to have a fight on their hands. They are. If their solution to inflation is going to be tax cuts for millionaires and corporations, I'm not down with that. I'm going to stand up for working people, as I always have, and put money back into the pockets of working people rather than corporations and the special interests.
You're leaving early.
I am leaving a little early. I'm going to let folks go to other parties, but I will be leading a trip to the climate change conference in Egypt, where we depart tomorrow. There will be bipartisan members of Congress going. We know from this horrendous storm, Hurricane Ian, that just devastated the West Coast, and extreme heat and hot temperatures, that we've got to do more to tackle the climate crisis and bring down the cost, unleash solar power, bring more affordable, clean energy. So I'll be on my way in my leadership role.
Do the mail-in ballots tell you something? I know somebody had said you won by 40,000 with perhaps all of them in. Does that tell you something perhaps about the district?
It tells you better hustle in this day and age. You cannot take anything for granted ever.
I guess I mean, does it tell you something about how the turnout or how the results might end when everything's called?
You mean the early totals right now?
Is it an indicator of what might happen at the end of the night?
Things look good. Things look good, and remember, this is a district where I've represented Tampa and St. Pete for many years, and I'm just grateful that my neighbors know me and they have confidence in me and are willing to send me back to serve them.
And that's a big thing. You've been doing this so long, but we can't ignore it. There's so much talk about this red wave. Do you have concerns of people just voting Republican across the board?
I do, but I work in a bipartisan way to get things done. I've served in a Republican Congress and a Democratic Congress. I've served with Democratic presidents and Republican presidents, and what always comes first are my neighbors here in the Tampa Bay area. I'm raised here. I love this community. Want to deliver for them. Have a strong track record. Obviously, we've got to tackle inflation. We've got to lower costs and put money back into people's pockets. We've got to build a safer community. People always, they say, do you support law enforcement? Of course I support law enforcement and have voted time and again to fund the police, but also to focus on solutions to end the gun violence epidemic, and then deliver infrastructure investments and good jobs, a clean and healthy Tampa Bay. That's going to be an important focus in the coming years. So thank you all very much for being here, and I love my hometown. Thanks so much.
Incumbent Kathy Castor for U.S. House District 14, standing there with her family, addressing the media as the early results are coming in. Still very early in the evening, 7:30.
Looks like she has a little more to say.
And I just want to thank all of those volunteers and supporters who have faith in me, who have confidence in our campaign. This is a team effort all the way, and we're always going to be here to serve this community, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to continue to do so.